guys, come on here. I want to tell you a little secret. So, what I am now exposed to you is a peak performance trick that we are using for elite peak performers on an everyday basis, and it can actually scale your productivity and your effectiveness of up to 5 to even some research suggestion 10 times. So let me tell you a story. It's 5 a.m. in the morning and I'm waking up. I'm staying at a house just by the sea. It's warm and cool with a slight breeze outside. And I just get up at first and just walk outside on the beach for a while, looking out in the ocean, just looking for some sort of sunset, but it's a little bit too early. So I just meditate for about 10 or 15 minutes or so, just breathe slowly, soak in the nature, and be really aware of where I am and the wind, the smell from the ocean, and small little sounds from animals and whatever I hear in the moment. I just let it in. I am in Hawaii, and this is I think around 2002, I think. And as I'm really calm and I'm really satisfied with my mood, I'm heading into the fresh brewed coffee, and I just sit out there on the porch and just visualizing the day, how I want to show up, what kind of mood or state I want to be in. After a while, I am getting my board because I am a surfer. So I'm heading out there in the chase of the perfect wave. And for you that have been surfing or doing something else, waiting for something good, you also know that it requires patience. So I just waited, and I was by myself, and it was one of my most peaceful moments in my life. And after a while, I think I must have been there in over an hour or so, I noticed that the ocean is starting to behave differently and to really picking up. So I can also notice the water streams beneath me, how the water move. I am full aware by this moment. I am having a high arousal, so I'm really calm but focused is the best way to describe it. Really present in the moment, and I kind of lost track of time. And some moments later, I can see something behind me just pick up, and I can see that it's something big in the water that is going to happen. So my body, without any second thought, I realized that my body and my brain really knows that a big wave is coming up. So, and I've been waited for hours at this point for this wave to happen. And I can see, I think it's around 15-20 meters or so, maybe more, behind me. Something is rising, and I can just feel that this is it. This is the most perfect feeling. And by this point, I could probably hear a kamikaze pilot over me without even notice that something other than where I am happening. So I just, get up on the board as soon as I feel the pressure beneath my board, and I can just feel that now I have the pressure that I can put myself on the board and pressure against to ride one of the most beautiful waves I've ever ridden. So this is what researchers nowadays call to be in the flow state, or in an optimal performance zone. At the moment, I didn't know any of that. I just know that it was one of the most beautiful feelings I've ever experienced, and my senses was really wide open, and all my self-criticism or self-awareness kind of disappeared. Nowadays, I know that you can actually put yourself in the same kind of mood and arousal deliberately within your day and within your ultradian cycles, if you just design it right and you really know your biological rhythm. So this flow state, which is a high arousal state, does in some way inhibit the cognitive, the more higher order hierarchy in the brain, to tone that down a little bit. And as I can describe it the best, it's almost like putting gasoline on a fire. So a lot of brain areas within your brain is starting to connect to each other. No limitations, as you know it. And of course, nowadays we know neuroscientifically that things like hypofrontality, where you actually disconnect your frontal lobe a little bit, is happening. And it's more connected with something called the insular cortex, as well as the default mode network is also suppressed, where a lot of the self-criticism lies and all of that stuff. And that's neuroscience, and we're gonna go through that in another episode. But for this one, I just want you to be aware of that this is a peak performance state that is really, really good when it's about amplifying what you already know, and you really want to have deep work in a sense that it goes quicker. Time disappears, so you are really focused, so you're getting a lot of things done in a very short time. So the productivity is increasing, as well as your negative biases in the brain is actually also decreasing while you are in the flow state. So if I can learn you how to tap into this hidden secret, you can also have the tools and opportunities to be as productive and as effective as the elite achievers in the world I'm working with. It's all available, but it needs to be designed and architected in a smart way, and also in order to the ultradian cycle I've talked about before in YouTube here. And now it's all available to you. So I'm gonna show you in the next video how you're tapping into that, and also how to recover from that. So this flow state doesn't mean that you are, it feels like you're really in a relaxed meditative state, like you are recovering a lot, but in fact it's almost the opposite. So it's a high arousal state with a lot of good things going on. So a lot of dopamine, noradrenaline, acetylcholine, and a lot of good neurotransmitters are released. So you are in a higher state, which also requires a lot of energy and a lot of glucose in order for this to happen. So this also means that the flow state also needs to be implemented in your biological cycles in order for you to peak perform sustainable over time. So I'm also gonna show you the optimal way to recover from a peak performance flow state, and how you also can tap into that according to your biological rhythm, so you have a big and deep understanding in how you actually increasing your peak performance 3, 5, up to, as I said, 10 times if you're doing it really good, and if you're operating from a low peak performance state to begin with. So with that said, my name is Christian Sandström. I'm an elite peak performance coach, and I'm helping people like you, high achievers, to break habits and routines and to implement biological and neuroscientific routines and rhythms so that you can sustainably peak perform at your best to achieve whatever you want, to achieve your goals faster, and to also remain your passion and your meaningful work so it can distribute to whatever you like.